What up, everybody? Welcome back to another movie review. Today we're talking about 2017's Blade Runner 2049, and directed by Denis Villeneuve, starring Ryan Gosling, Ana de Armas, Dave Bautista's in there. Just a solid movie. I honestly, between this and the first Blade Runner, I'm not really all there for the story. I mean, I was there for the story a little bit more in the second one because it just had me, connected a little bit more. Maybe I'm just in love with Ryan Gosling. But the 1982 version with Harrison Ford is very good and vibey and moody and had that noir style that I definitely dig. And there was, I think my main critiques with that one were that I loved it visually, but I didn't love the story so much. This one, visually, Denis Villeneuve just tickles every part of me that knows that I love visual shit. And like this giant visual pink and blue Ana de Armas that's naked in the skyline, and she's like a hologram, and she's like, "You look lonely," and he's like in love with one that he's clearly already bought, and like, but he's in love with fake things, not real things, because he thinks he's not a real person. He thinks he's a robot or whatever, but he's actually a real person. And the whole time I was like, wait a second, is he the son? Right, like the whole time they're looking for the child of this thing. The whole time I was like, is he the son, or is that girl that was trapped in that like cocoon the son? And it's the son or daughter of Harrison Ford and that robot lady from the first one, I believe, if I'm following the story correctly. And they never made it like really 100% sure, but if I was paying attention enough, I think that's what happens. But like, just between the shots of the city, the shots of like this eerie orange wasteland that he's in, I believe, which is like Vegas, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I honestly need to watch this movie again, but I loved the swagger and style of Ryan Gosling's character. I don't know why I love a rainy scene so much with just people gathered around, neon signs in the background. I have no idea why I love that visual so much, but I just do. Like if you have like a Tokyo style vibe of your movie and it's nighttime and it's raining, I'm in, baby. Yeah, like I'm totally in. But like, the rainy shots on like these signs on top of rooftops, and you could see the skyline in the background, the smoke, the fog, the misty air. Like, oh god, man, like I have no idea why it makes me like so happy, but it does. But then Ana de Armas's character is like a hologram, like fake girl, and he's still in love with her, so he like carries around like a thing in his pocket he can click, and she like pops up. She's like, "I heard you, I was listening the whole time," like, and she gets him like a weird three-way, and like, what I mean, I should have been like sexually attracted to this, but instead I watched the whole time going like visual effects wise, like, how did they do this? Wait a second, like their hands, overlapping hands, because one's a real girl, one's supposed to be a hologram, but like clearly this it doesn't exist in real life. So how do they capture this? How do they do this? Clearly it's some CGI, some visual effects, some just like careful planning and like how the shot's going to be, and they have Ryan stand there, have one actress do it, have then Ana de Armas do it, and have them just like overlap but somehow not overlap, and like it's very, very strange, but it also is like super interesting. And the whole time I'm like, wait, what? And then Harrison Ford loved this girl, this replicant girl that was in the first movie, and he sees her again in the second one, and then they just like, spoilers, they just like murder her because he's like, that's not the real one. And I'm like, ooh, like I didn't see that coming. I thought he was gonna like, escape with her or something. I was like, damn, what? I couldn't have pictured that. But then, of course, Ryan Gosling brings the other Blade Runner to his daughter, which is up these steps and into that room. His daughter is the one that was in that cocoon thing. At least he thinks. I think it could be him, but he just kind of like is wounded and shot and beaten and hurt, and he just kind of lays down in the snow on these steps, and it's like just pulls in from a really high shot up top, and it pulls in on his face. I was like, and that's like the end. I was like, Denis Villeneuve, man, he just gets it. Like, he just gets how to make a compelling movie, gets how to like just be a badass filmmaker. And I really love his work, and it's gonna make me do a deep dive into him. I'm really got to go see Arrival, Sicario. I've already seen Prisoners, but I saw that before I knew who Denis Villeneuve was, and now I'm obsessed with him and Dune Part 2, and now I can't wait for him to make Dune Part 3. I don't care if I have to wait years. I'm gonna be the first one in line to see that movie, especially after Part 2. Oh, so obsessed. But I gave this movie an overall score of 4 out of 5 stars, about an 8 out of 10. It's just a solid movie. You're gonna probably watch this movie again in the future. I love how they start out with Dave Bautista in the beginning of this, and you're like, oh, it's Bautista. This is gonna be a pretty, you know, big role. And then he's just to start the movie, just a badass action scene between him and Ryan Gosling, and Dave Bautista throws him through a wall. You know, like fuck yeah, let's do it. But comment below, what do you think of this movie? What is your score out of 5 or 10 stars? But 8 out of 10, 4 out of 5 stars for me, and I think that's a solid review, and that's a review here. Comment, like, subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss future movie reviews. Go back and check out my Comically Bostons every Monday, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.